Hello everybody, it's Wendy, and today we are going to make a necklace using products from the Bargain Bead Box July 2022 edition. So first of all, our encouraging word for today is don't tell people your dream, show them. And that's a challenge for all of us, I'm sure, but alright, so Bargain Bead Box. They had some beautiful things in this month's box. So what we're going to use for today is this seashell pendant piece. I'm using 4 of these little coral seashell beads. Okay, I've got some little spacers here. These are from my own stash. They're just little rose gold kind of spacers that I got from Michael's, I believe. They came on this strand here. I have some rose gold Coriana chain. I'm using some of the seashell beads, the round ones, the white round ones from the box this month. And then I'm using probably all of the little pink seashell beads. I thought these were so pretty. So we're probably going to use all of those. And then I have several little 4mm rhinestone rondelles here. And I'll be using a bunch of those. Those are from my own stash as well. So anything you've got that is sparkly, if you have a little regular sparkly rondelle bead. I just wanted to add some sparkle to it, but you don't have to. It's not necessary. It's optional. I have some ball head pins, and I know these are gold. I don't have any rose gold, so hopefully they're going to be okay. I have 2 little clamshell covers. These are the side close ones. I sell the... do I have them in rose gold? I do. I sell the bottom, the ones where you thread the chain through the bottom on my website, but these, I don't have these on my website, but you can use the other kind. I have 4 little crimp beads. I have a lobster clasp. I have 2 jump rings, and probably we're going to need more jump rings. I have all of my others out here. I just pulled those 2 out because I knew that I would need those 2 sizes. And I think that's everything that we're going to need. And of course your jewelry tools. So go ahead and get your stuff together if you want to make this necklace with me, and we will go ahead and get started. So what we're going to do first is we're just going to string up our necklace, but first I want to make the little dangle piece that's going to go. So this is going to dangle onto the Coriana chain here. So I need a jump ring for that, and I want to use one. I probably will have to use this big one. This is like a 10mm jump ring. And the reason that I'm going to want to use this 10mm jump ring is because I'm going to be dangling a few other things from here. I thought about hanging this little shell bead on here. I thought that would be kind of cute. And then some little dangles. So I've got the 4 that I wanted to thread on, and there was one more. So I thought, well, I might as well hang that one down on the front. So I've got a head pin here, just a regular head pin. And I'm just going to go ahead and put him on. Which way do I want to do it? Probably this way. And then I'm going to put one of these little spacer beads on the top, just like that. I'm going to bend this 90 degrees. And do I want to make a wrapped loop? I don't think so. I think I'm just going to do a regular loop because I don't want it to be too bulky. So I'm going to cut this wire. And then I'm just going to roll back a small loop. Okay, just like this. And if we needed him to dangle down further than what he will right here like this, we could always use another jump ring, but I think he's going to be good just like that. So I'm going to make sure this is closed up really well. And it's not. There we go. And then we're going to make a couple little dangles, probably just like 4 maybe, out of these beads here. And these rondelles. So I said I wanted to bring in the sparkle, and so I'm going to make some little dangles here. So I have some I have just this little ball head pin, so I'm going to put this saucer bead on the bottom, then a rondelle, then a little spacer on top, just like that. And I wanted to just make a few of these. I don't know though if that's going to be too much. It may be. So let's just do the little beads on here. And I am going to do wrapped loops because when you're using ball head pins, wrapped loops are kind of necessary because they're so thin. So I'm going up and over, rotating my pliers up and coming under. And then I'm just going to make a little wrapped loop here. Just going around several times. These little head pins are so thin you can just wrap them around yourself with your fingers usually. And there we have one. I'm just going to tuck this in so it's not going to snag anybody's clothes. Insert my pliers back in there to straighten my loop back up. And tuck him just a little bit more. Well, I'm having a hard time hanging on to him, aren't I? Okay, I might just trim him a little bit better. That might be the easiest thing to do than trying to tuck it in. Little tiny ball head pin and little tiny little bead. There we go. Okay. Now, I'm going to make a couple more of those. I really wanted to bring some of this sparkle in, but I don't see how I can really do that without it looking like too much. So let's go ahead and do another one of these guys. And we'll probably have to use some little jump rings to dangle these down. You don't want them all hanging on the same exact level. Go ahead and wrap this one. So yeah, we may have to do that with some of these jump rings. We'll see. I love the pendant piece on its own. I thought it was just really pretty, but I just kind of wanted to add a little something to it here in the front, just to give it some interest. So we'll do another guy here. Y'all know I love my dangles. One of my subscribers, Debbie, she always calls me the dangle queen because I love to make dangles. So shout out to Debbie. Every time I make dangles, I think about you because you said that. All right, one more. And we're going to go up and over. Okay, so I've got some little dangles. Let's see what we need to do here. Let me grab some of these jump rings. So I've got some jump rings out here. So I have some little small ones. These are like little 4mm here. And let's go ahead and put our jump ring on and this guy on it and our pendant on it. Okay, so it's going to hang right like that. So I do want a couple of these, or at least one of them, to be up toward the top. So let's put him on, kind of just like that. And then I'm going to hang one from a jump ring, just so it dangles down a little. So we'll put this little guy on a jump ring on there. Let's close that up. Yeah, that's going to be really cute. I'm going to close this jump ring up because I don't want them all falling off. And then the next one, I'm going to hang on a jump ring. But I'm going to hang him from the other one that's on a jump ring. So that jump ring that I put the one on just a second ago, I'm hanging this guy from it. And that'll make him hang down just a little bit more. See? Just like that. And then I need one over here. So I think on the other side of this guy, I'm going to do the last one on a jump ring over here. So let's get this guy on one, and I'm just going to hang it right on the main jump ring, but on the other side of where I had the others, so if that makes sense. And then when we pick this up, we've got some little dangles and a little seashell. It just looks really cute there. Okay, so now we're going to thread on our Coriana chain, just like this. I just did not want to do silver on this. I thought these pinks just lended themselves to gold. So I chose the rose gold because I don't really do a lot of plain gold myself. And so I thought the rose gold would be pretty. Okay, there we go. Now, how do we want to string this up? I think I'm going to do, well, these guys, they won't go through that jump ring, I don't think. So I'm going to do one of these on each side. Now, I've got my my wire, or my chain here, and I like it to be about 20, 21, 22 inches for a bracelet like this. So there was 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19, 20. I'm going to go about 21 inches. I could always put an extender on if I wanted to, but I like these types of necklaces that are not tassels or not upper length, you know, supposed to be upper length. I like them to be about 21 or 22 inches. Okay, so we've got him on. We've got our one bead on. Let's put this one on the other side. You know what? That's not what I want to do. I'm changing that up. Let's go ahead with a big white bead. Yeah, that's what we're going to do. I had a thought, and I need to play this out the way that I was thinking originally that I was going to do it, not change my plan. Okay, so we're going to use a sparkly rondelle. I tend to do that sometimes. I'll have an original thought in my head that I want to do, and then I change it, and then I'm like, why did I change that? Yeah, so let's not change it this time. We will do another white bead. Oops. Okay, and another one. Then we're going to do the shell bead. And I'm putting these on so that they are facing up. So the bottom little flat part is facing down. These are scallops. One of my favorite shells to find on the beach. Okay, then we're going to do another set of the shell beads with a rondelle in the middle. Maybe. Another shell bead, and then the next scallop. Okay, just like that. So same thing over here. Shell bead, sparkly rondelle, shell bead, and our next scallop. Okay, there we have that. That's pretty. Okay, now I'm going to do a little spacer, one of these little rose gold spacers on each side. And then I'm going to start with the pink beads. So I'm going to do 3. See how many of these sparkly, oh, I've got a bunch of these left. I don't want to use these a whole lot up the side though. I'm just going to kind of sparingly use them. So I think I'm going to do probably 5 of the little pink beads. So 3, 4, 5, and then one of these sparkly rondelles. Yeah, that's going to be just enough sparkle, but not too much. Same over here, 5 beads. And a sparkly rondelle. Okay, just like that. I'm going to do 5 more. Oh, come on. They fit on here just fine on the chain. They're just fiddly to get on there. They're so pretty. So 5 of these and a sparkly rondelle. And I like the way that that kind of spreads out the sparkle, but yet still brings a little bit of the sparkle in. So 5 more on this side. Five and a sparkly rondelle. And I'm going to do it one more time. I've got enough to do 5 more over there and 5 more over here. So I'm going to do it one more time. 1, 2, 3, 4, and 5. And I don't know if I'm going to do a rondelle on the top here. Hold on just a second and we'll see. Definitely going to do the 5 shell beads. But I may top it with the spacer, these little gold spacers. So if I can get it on there. 1, 2, 3, 4, and 5. I've got 6 of these left. I may do another rondelle here on either side, and then 3 on each side. So 1, 2, 3, and a spacer. Let's take a look at this and see. Yeah, I like that. That's pretty good. Okay, so we're going to do 3 here. Get on there now. 1, 2, and 3. And a spacer. Okay, there we go. So let's move these out of the way, these rondelles out of the way. And here's what we've got. I think it's very pretty. So what I'm going to do now is I'm going to even up both sides, making sure, yeah. So I'm going to push these until they are exactly even, just like this. Lay them down on here, make sure they're exactly even. And then I'm going to put a crimp bead on either one and crimp it down just so that the beads aren't floating all over and just making constant movement. So I'm just going to crimp that down. All that's going to do is just keep them, like I said, from floating around. And I like to do that on this Coriana chain just because the beads can float and then your necklace looks lopsided, or you get it on and you get somewhere and you're like, why is this messed up? And that's why. It's because you've got your chain and the beads kind of float on it and nothing's stopping them. So I just like to put a crimp bead on either side, and don't make it real tight. You want them to have a little movement still, just not, you know, floating everywhere. Okay, so now would be the time, if you want to hold this up on you, see if you like where it hangs. And I am actually going to trim just a little bit off of either side here. Just probably a 1/2 inch off of either side. Just because I like this kind of necklace pretty short. And then I'm going to go ahead and I'm going to put my closure on. So I'm going to take my crimp bead. I'm going to put it right on this chain. And I'm going to move it up to the edge here. Well, it fell out, didn't it? Not all the way to the end. You want to leave just a little bit of chain sticking out. like right about here, and crimp it down. I crimp it fairly tight and I tug on it, and if it doesn't come loose, then you're in good shape. Same thing on this side. Okay, crimp it tight, tug. Okay, and then we're going to take our little clamshell. We're going to put him right over the bead here and just close it right up. Now, if you wanted to put a dab of glue in here, you could. That would definitely reinforce it. But I've never had any trouble really with them coming loose. I've made hundreds of them, I'd say. And I've never had any trouble. So I just put it in there, make sure it's closed up tightly. And that's your little connection, your little closure. Now I'm just going to take my smaller jump ring, put my lobster on, well, if it'll fit through here, I may have to get a thinner one. No, it goes, just has a little snug, and put my lobster right on there. Okay, I'm going to close this up. Make sure it's closed up really good. Then I'm going to take my larger ring here. I'm just going to put it right on here, and this is for my lobster to clasp onto. And now if you needed, or if you wanted to, you could even put an extender on. But I think I like the way that this is going to fit just fine. And there we have our cute little necklace made with products using the bargain bead box and a little bit of my stash. Alright, so let me put this on a form and I'll be right back to show it to you. Okay, so I decided just to go ahead and model this one. I'm in my bedroom because Chris is so loud that I've had to move my filming station in here. Otherwise I can't get anything filmed. But here it is. I would definitely not choose to wear it with yellow, but yeah, I think it turned out really cute. It's very dainty and feminine, and yeah, so there it is. It's kind of how it hangs, and I like it really well. Bargain Bead Box has been hitting it out of the park lately, I think, on their boxes. They've been great. So if you're interested in subscribing, I will have a link in the description box below this video. Coupon code Wendy2 will get you $2 off your first month's box, and I hope you guys like the necklace. If you did, please give it a thumbs up and comment. And I am going to get off here and get some other work done, and I will see you in the next video. Bye!